Yeah, I'm Lieutenant Rory Allen. I'm the PIO here for the Wyoming Department of Public Safety.
And it's spell Rory?
Roryallen.
Okay, thank you.
So we're here today to talk about two incidents we had occur yesterday on November 1st here in the city of Wyoming. The first incident I'd like to talk about, and we'll move on to the other one, would be we had a homicide that occurred yesterday at about 2:50 p.m. on Indian Mounds Drive and about the 2200 block yesterday. Officers were called out there along with other first responders on a report of an individual who'd been shot in the neck. We responded out there, life-saving efforts were tried, but unfortunately the victim was declared deceased on the scene. We can confirm today that individual's name is Kane Coronado. He is 18 years old. It was reported yesterday that he's 17, but he is indeed 18 years old. He is from White Cloud, Michigan. Our detectives are still investigating this case. We don't have a lot of information to give out right now about it, but we are asking the public's assistance to anyone who is out in that area to contact us either at the police department or contact Silent Observer to let us know between the hours of about 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. yesterday. We would appreciate anyone who was out there to give us a call so we could talk to them any information relevant to this case. The investigators are still attempting to determine the circumstances of what happened out there yesterday. We are looking for a vehicle that is only described at this time as a light-colored sedan that was last seen leaving that area eastbound on Indian Mounds Drive yesterday, shortly after this incident happened. We don't know the manner in which that vehicle is related. Again, we're just asking the public's assistance in this. If anyone knows anything or saw anything out there, please don't hesitate to call us here, and we will have somebody contact you to talk to you about that.
So the family thinks this is possibly random. Do you have any idea?
We don't know at this point. We're still investigating. It's very early in this investigation, and obviously anything that involves a homicide is treated very seriously, and we have a number of detectives working on that. I would say we don't know at this point. Again, they're still looking into the circumstances surrounding this.
And we were told that there was maybe an off-duty sheriff's deputy or a retired sheriff's deputy who was on a bike or something nearby and heard the shots and went to perform CPR. Can you talk about that?
I do know there was an individual who called us and did attempt to perform CPR on there. I can't confirm or deny whether that was a retired deputy. Honestly, I don't know.
And how many shots were fired?
Witnesses report multiple shots. I don't have an exact number. We do know the victim was hit one time.
Is there any threat to the public or anybody who kind of walks or rides bikes on that trail?
Not that we're aware of right now. We don't believe there's any threat to the public at this time. Out of an abundance of caution, we're obviously going to have some additional patrols out in that area. And while we're on that subject, it's just a good time to remind members of the public, Wyoming has a great park system. We have a lot of bike trails, a lot of walking trails, a lot of parks. We have a lot of those in West Michigan. It's always a good idea to just, make sure you're being safe when you're out there, be aware of your surroundings, what time of the day you're out there. Obviously, if you're out walking, jogging, riding a bike, whatever you're doing, it's a great idea to always have somebody with you. Keep a phone with you so you can call for help, whether that's just if you have an accident on the way, you get yourself hurt, you see something suspicious. We certainly encourage anyone who sees anything suspicious or makes them feel unsafe to contact 911 right away and let us know.
So if you don't think there's a threat to the general public, does that mean you believe that he was targeted?
We don't know. It's too early in the investigation to say that, so I can't offer an opinion on that because we just don't have the facts of the case yet. So
Can you
that's
talk about what kind of weapon?
So a firearm, we honestly do not know what kind of weapon it was right now. So if it was a firearm of some variety, I can't speak to whether it was a pistol or a rifle, or we don't know at this point.
How many shell casings were found at the scene?
So I don't know of any shell casings found at the scene. So.
Okay, so fired from the car, is that what that means?
That can indicate a bunch of different things, and I'm not going to comment on that just because we don't know at this point. So.
Can you talk about the location of where this happened? Because this is a trail and a person on a bike and there's not an easy way to get in or get out of there.
It's Indian Mounds Drive is a road there that runs along the Grand River. It actually spans Granville, Wyoming, and Grand Rapids. It's a connector to the Kent County trail system. So there are a lot of people that ride bikes, walk. There's a lot of people that go down there to fish. There's a number of boats you'll see out there fishing time of year. So it is a fairly regularly traveled area, especially I think considering how nice the weather conditions have been lately. I think there's quite a bit of traffic out there right now.
Have you developed anything that would suggest that the victim had any enemies or anything like that who would be going after him?
Again, it's early in this investigation, and the detectives are examining every lead we can find on this, so it's too early to say anything like that. So.
Do you know if the victim frequented this trail often? Like, was this like a fixed spot?
From what we know, the victim in this was actually from White Cloud and was down here visiting some friends. I don't know the exact circumstances of what he was doing out there on the bike trail, but he was an avid biker, and I believe he was probably just going from one point to another on his bicycle.
He had posted some video on his Facebook page showing him on his bike on that trail. Can you talk about that?
I have not personally seen it, but I have heard what you're talking about. And again, I think that just goes back to sounds like he was an avid bicyclist. So,
And he was alone at the time of the shooting, or anything?
as far as we know at this point.